Hi guys! Welcome back to the channel. Hi! How are you? My name is Jeannie and this is Unfiltered 50s, and if you've never been here before, then welcome. I'm so glad that you found us. If you have been here before, welcome back. On this channel we do a little bit of unboxing, we do a little makeup reviews, we do some haul videos, we do some lives on Wednesday nights if my job permits, some fun things about lifestyle over 40, over 50 even. I am 51 years old, so we do skincare, things like that. If that sounds interesting to you, I would love it if you would become part of the Unfiltered 50s family by hitting the big red subscribe button down below. And also in today's video, I am really excited to do today's video because it is in collaboration with a channel that I really love. It is Beauty by Ann Chris, and I will also have her channel linked down in the description box below and up in the iCards. So if you want to run over to her channel, give her a like, comment, and subscribe to her. She does very similar content on her channel, and her channel is a channel that I consistently watch. She really likes indie brand makeup like I do, and she is European based. I feel like that she has a lot to share, so we are collabing today. She wanted to do ranking the palettes that we have purchased in 2020, and I am going to need to do a little spin on that idea because we would be here all day. I am going to rank my top 10 palette purchases for 2020. So that's what I have pulled. That way we will not be here all day long. So pretty much these are the palettes up until Black Friday sales, because I don't feel like I can actually give the palettes that I've purchased from Black Friday on a good enough review to actually include them in this video, if that makes sense. So if you want to see what I feel like are my top 10 palettes of the year, then go ahead and sit on back, relax, and we're going to get into the video right now. And this is going to be from the number 10 spot all the way up to the best palette I feel like I've purchased in 2020. I am wearing my top palette of the year on my eyes today, so you can go ahead and see if you can figure out which palette that is. Just a little teaser. So if you think you can figure that out, go ahead and leave it down in the comments right now. And also remember that today is one of the 12 Days of Christmas hosted by just Goss and myself. So we will be having a giveaway attached to this video. And the word of the day is going to be best. So if you want to be entered for one of the Unfiltered Gusmas giveaway goodie boxes, then in your comment down below, just leave the word best, and you'll be entered via the random comment picker for one of my goodie boxes. So let's get in, and we are going to start with the Juvia's Place, the Mauves by Juvia's. You know, I could interchange this with any one, almost any one, definitely the taupes. So just about any one of these little 6-pan palettes. Definitely Juvia's Place is going to take the spot for best drugstore brand of the year for me. I've said this before, but this palette, along with the taupes, along with the nudes, the chocolates, all of those 6-pan palettes are really good. So if you can pick these up on sale, and Juvia's has been rocking the sales out. These are so, so good. The Viseart Paris Edit palette. Now, I have bought a lot of the Edit palettes this year. I'm absolutely in love with Viseart, and it seems to be the Edit palettes that I just gravitate towards. I love the size of these, first of all. They do come with a mirror that is so handy for traveling, but I simply adore the fact that you can just take your fingernail and just pop the shadows out. You can create a custom palette for yourself so easily. And I love that they're interchangeable. All of them fit together so nicely. I just love the concept behind Viseart shadows. And they're absolutely wonderful in their formula. I have done multiple looks with this. I just keep grabbing for this one. I love the warmth, yet it's also got the pop of gray, so you can sort of make it a cool tone or a warm tone. It's absolutely wonderful for traveling. Like I said, I don't know of another palette that offers this ease of customization. Just love it. My next palette is a brand that, as far as their eyeshadow, was a new brand for me to try in 2020. And believe it or not, that is the Sigma brand. I've always been a fan of Sigma's eyeshadow brushes, but I had not dove into the Sigma eyeshadow brand until this year. This particular one blew me away, and it is the Untamed eyeshadow palette. By far, this is the best Sigma eyeshadow palette out there, in my opinion. All of the Sigma palettes come with a dual-ended Sigma brush that is the exact same high quality Sigma brush that is on their websites already. So that is such a huge savings. It really knocks their eyeshadow palette price way down because you're getting two brushes. And this one, you're getting the E38 diffused crease brush, which is an excellent brush. And you're getting the E54 medium sweeper. These are two really, really good brushes, and I love the E38. I have several of these. So you get that brush, and then this palette is just absolutely gorgeous. It is a beautiful grungy toned palette. I love this palette. There's so many looks that you can do, and Sigma really tries to give you looks kind of in quads. So they have this quad that you can make a look with, this quad that you can make a look with, then you go down to this quad here is a look. You know, you can kind of pair this quad into a look, and then you come down here and you've got this quad. So if you really study their palettes, they have them set up so easy where they're kind of no-brainers to put looks together. And I think that that is such genius on Sigma's part. So I really appreciate that. But then you can also do whatever you want to with the palette. But I just really appreciate the thought that goes into their products. So I love that about Sigma, and I love this palette. It blends out like a dream. There's just something about the formula. I don't know if the formula is different in this palette or what, but it is amazing. I love this palette. It is so good. So there's no way that I could not include this in my top 10 palettes of the year. It is so good. Sigma knocked it out of the park on this one, and it's just a beautiful fall winter palette. It's a beautiful grunge palette. It's a beautiful smoky palette. There's so much that you can do with this palette. Plus, there's tons of glam looks that you can pull out of this palette. It's beautiful. It is just amazing. I really didn't know which one of these to pick because I really could have just put my hand in the sack and pulled out any of the 16 pan palettes, square pan palettes from BH Cosmetics, and it really, I could have said the same thing about any of them that I've tried. They are amazing. If you have not tried these style palettes, you are missing out. Up against high-end palettes, but then you put the price, and whenever they go on sale, and they've been on sale, they are so amazing. And I am so in love because I love green. It's my favorite color. I am so in love with the avocado toast, but the blueberry muffin is great. The Switzerland palette is great. There's just so many good ones in this format. If you haven't tried these, they're wonderful, and they just have to be on my list because they're drugstore, they're affordable, and they're the same quality as a lot of high-end palettes. So if you haven't tried BH, you're looking for some affordable beauty options, this is where it's at. Another new brand for me that I just was not having. I was not going to try it. Absolutely not. It's boring. Not going to do it. Not me. Boy, did I eat those words. And that was the Wayne Goss. This is the Luxury Eye Palette in Imperial Topaz. Well, I finally tried it. And let me tell you, these palettes by Wayne, if you can get them open, they are so good. The formula is great. I don't exactly like the color story of this palette. I love the new one. I love the new one. There are some critiques that I have for this. I really think that he is really making a big mistake whenever he says that he's going to put a black shade in every single palette, because I really wish that he would reconsider and go to a cocoa brown for some of his palettes. And some people really want to use espresso browns for their eyeliners. That would be so good, but his formula really knocks it out of the park, and I really am glad I picked this up. And I'm so glad I picked up the new one. It is stunning. So if you haven't tried the new Wayne Goss palettes, that is one that I just absolutely have to say, it is so worth it. You really need to try these, especially if you are a mature female, an over 40 female, have crepey eyes, have hooded eyes. These are so, so good. I am really enjoying them. There are a lot of palettes that I've purchased this year from Natasha Denona, and I have to say, I really like a lot of the palettes I purchased. The one I wasn't expecting to like, the one that I really wasn't interested in, that I ended up picking up and loving, the most unexpected love, is the Glam. Really love this palette. It is so, it just blew me away. Maybe it was the unexpected beauty in it, the way that it glided on, the coolness of the palette, the beautiful looks that I've gotten every time I've used this. I don't know. But every time I use it, I love the palette. I just love the cool richness of the shades. I really, really love this. I have to say, the Glam palette has really been the one that has just, from her line, has just done it for me. It has been stunning. Woo, we're getting on down there. Wow. So, what palettes have you picked up? What is your favorite palette of 2020? Let me know in the comments below. I'm really interested what you would say is your top purchase this year. If you had to pick your favorite palette of the year, what that would be. That's a good one to know. Best and worst palettes. Those always interest me. Okay. Give Me Glow, one of my very favorite brands. And I have picked up several palettes from Give Me Glow. But out of the palettes that I am able to put in this video that I've actually used enough to rate, I would have to say that my favorite is Vintage Rose. I adore this palette. It's very pigmented, and you have to be careful with the type of primer you use with it. I love the Kaleidos Tone Activator Primer. This works, I find, with just about any palette I use. But Give Me Glow is one of those that you may not even need a primer with. But you definitely don't want to use a sticky primer. If you are used to using one of those real sticky primers, you're not going to want to use it with this because it's so rich and heavy. The mattes are just real heavy. When you swatch them, they are just very pigmented, that if you use a sticky primer, it's going to stick and you're really going to have to work at blending it. So that's something to note about Give Me Glow. The Pat McGrath Divine Rose 2 palette. This is a beautiful palette, and it looks like this. I love this palette. This is an absolute beauty of a palette. It performs well. It's got a Triochrome shade in here. Let's see if I can maybe get it to show up in, there we go. You can see the Triochrome that is green, shifting, it's pink, it's green, it's pink, it's green, it's right here in the mirror. So you can sort of see the shift, see how it's pink and then it'll shift to green. So that is a beautiful shade. It's that Extraterrestrial or something like that shade. But this is a gorgeous palette. I really love this palette. It is one of my favorite Pat McGrath palettes. This is vying for first place of all time, but definitely my favorite purchase from Pat McGrath for this year. In second place is the Charlotte Tilbury. This is her holiday release for this year. It is the Bejeweled Eyes to Hypnotize. This palette, I was not sure I was gonna love it. But let me tell you, there is something about this palette. This palette's formula is off the chain good. I have used this palette and used this palette and used this palette, and it is so amazing. Not only that, if you have this palette, you have got such a wide variety of shades that really captures a ton of the Charlotte range. It is so well done this year. If you do not have a lot of Charlotte's, even if you do have a lot of Charlotte's collection, I just cannot tell you how well this palette is and how much you need it in your life. This is one to be had. And if you are waiting for this to go on sale, keep stalking this palette because you do not want to miss out and not get this. This is superb. It is so good. This is definitely one of my very top favorite palettes that I've purchased all year. This is in the number 2 spot for a reason. It is so good. And then for my number 1 top purchase of 2020, the what I feel like, in my opinion, is the best palette release of all of 2020. The absolute best, the one big kahuna that I am so glad I own, that is so well done. It is a good color story. It is beautiful packaging. I mean, bomb packaging. It is a good formula. It can't be beat on the formula. It is a good, well-rounded palette, standalone palette, travel-friendly palette, glam palette, everyday palette. You can use it if you're wearing jeans. You can use it if you're glammed. You can use it on the go. It's just absolutely perfect. It blends out. It rivals Pat McGrath. It is just stunning. And it's also the best collab palette of the year. Is, of course, what am I talking about? The Tiny Marvels with Mel Thompson. Of course, that's what this is. It doesn't get any better than this. So, of course, it's by Sydney Grace and Mel Thompson. One of the best shadow formulas around, one of the best YouTube creators around, and one of the best, absolute, ultimate color stories there is. It's absolutely stunning. If you don't have your hands on this, it's affordable. It's very, very inexpensive for the quality that you get, and it's absolutely beautiful. It's what I have on my eyes today. I absolutely love this palette, and it's well-rounded. You can throw this look together in, I mean, minutes. Just absolutely minutes. It doesn't take long. There's tons of color options in here, tons of looks that you can make with this palette. It is so good. You can wear it at the office, you can wear it on date night, you can wear it for a gala. It's just beautiful. I cannot say enough good things about this palette, and to me, it is the best release that has come out all year long. And I was on this like hair on a gorilla when it came out. I have bought this as gifts. I have sent this to people, and I love it. And they have loved it too. And so if you haven't picked this up, I highly recommend it. It has been restocked a couple of times now. Sydney Grace is one of my very favorite brands, and it is not a brand that I've tried in 2020. Thank goodness. I've known about it for a couple of years now, and I'm so glad that I have. If you haven't checked out the Sydney Grace website, it is one of the best companies I have ever done business with. I love to support them. They are the kindest company I have ever, in the makeup business aspect. They have the best customer service I have ever seen. Come to think of it, I don't know of a company in any area, makeup or not, that has better customer service than Sydney Grace. They are just absolutely the primo creme de la creme. So if you haven't ever checked out Sydney Grace, run over there and check them out, because those ladies, they are wonderful. Wonderful. I've never seen anything like it. And their products are Pat McGrath quality. So I hope that you have enjoyed today's video. Again, the word of the day is best if you want to get in on the goodie bag on my channel. And don't forget, run over and check out my friend Beauty by Ann Chris and check out her channel. Don't forget to give her a comment, like, and subscribe to her channel. She really does a great job on her channel. I think you'll really like her. And if you're here from her channel, visiting my channel, hi, my name is Jeannie and we do a lot of fun stuff over here on this channel. I hope that you have found something today that has sparked your interest about my channel, that you found useful, and you might consider subscribing to my channel as well. All you got to do is hit the big red subscribe button down below and become part of the Unfiltered 50s family. I'd love to have you here enjoying my channel as well. And I look so forward to seeing you in the next video. Wherever you are, at whatever time of day that you are enjoying this video, I hope that you're doing well, and I will see you in my next one, guys. Until then, smooches. See you next time. Bye for now.